the king of the monsters versus the god of thunder. How cool is this cover? We got Godzilla versus Thor. So very cool. This is written by Jason Aaron and art by Aaron Cooter. Man, that's a whole lot of Aarons for one book. I tell you, these Godzilla versus Marvel books have just been an absolute blast. I've enjoyed all of them. Pretty much except for the Hulk one, which I didn't care for. And I think that was written by the same writer. Okay, I just checked. It wasn't. It was Dugan who did that one. Yeah, I didn't much care for that issue, but all the others have been real good. And I don't know why. I always mix up those authors, Aaron and Dugan, interchangeably. But I want to say I like Aaron's stuff. I've read a lot more. This is so fun. These books have been going kind of by decade, and this one is very much the 2010s, just like the last issue we read was the 2000s. So that's very cool, although this issue is using the design from Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, which is great because that evil Godzilla fits real good for this story, which is tying into that Punisher run that Jason Aaron was doing, and I actually didn't jumped off of that. I wasn't really caring for it too much, and I didn't like it after the book kind of canceled, and then they brought it back again, but Aaron was on it when they did that relaunch. I didn't care for it much, but anyhow, that's here nor there. This is fun, and he ties in his work with both Punisher and Thor in a clever way, and this has the Hand resurrecting Godzilla as the conduit for the beast. Pretty fun. We get that same credits page we've seen in all those, but that looks real good. And, yeah, I just love that. Great choice of artwork they got there with that big old spread from that final issue of the original Marvel Godzilla. But, yeah, she's just looking absolutely creepy and evil, and the Hand are just absolutely diabolical in this. Real fun, but they resurrect Godzilla. Real cool. Just, so scary and awesome. I love that they just kill all those mass murderers to use all the death resurrecting, bringing the beast with Godzilla here. Just an absolute avatar of destruction, and it is vicious. This is not my favorite type of Godzilla. I don't like the straight up evil Godzilla who's just all about killing and devastating stuff. I'm the nerd who likes hero Godzilla. I think the Legendary movies do a good job of kind of mixing the bestial force of nature Godzilla with the heroic Showa type of Godzilla we got. I don't know. I've always been a big fan of good guy Godzilla, or at least not good guy, but force of good, even if that good is for the planet and not for humanity. But this fight is just so cool with Thor coming in here. This page of him just zooming on in and knocking a tooth out with his punch of the hammer is so good. But Godzilla just knocks him back. And he blasts him real good. This is a fantastic issue. Just pretty much one continuous fight, but it gets broken up into two fights, really. But such a good clash, this battle, with him bringing the storms, and he actually raises Godzilla up here in the air, as you see, because the Tempest is so strong. And then he opens up a portal and pretty much freezes him from the Frost of Jotunheim. So very cool. And this very much reminds me of the scene in Shin Godzilla where he's just frozen right in the middle of town, and you have all the military observing him. But this is so cool. She ends up going to the Collector and getting a shard of the Necro Sword there, and using that and imbues that with the leftovers of Godzilla there and some prey, and or I should say the leftovers of the shard and prey absorbing into Godzilla. And the next scene we got is Thor just flying, and I love how this looks. That's so beautiful with the Bifrost type rainbow just streaking behind him as he flies there. But on his way back to Asgard, he sees a real fucked up Sif. She looks so terrible here, and some giant massive powers wiped out all the Asgardians, and what could it be? Godzilla the God Butcher. What a cool 2-page spread here. Godzilla looks so vicious. Like, this is not my ideal Godzilla, but this is a monstrous and cool Godzilla, and you know, him having the all black within him, you know, it just he looks sick. He's not like a massive symbiote creature, which I appreciate, which I could see because of the connections with Null and all that, but I realize that that's also a different writer, so Aaron's not really leaning into that aspect of his creation. And he did originally create the Necrosword, as I recall. But man, all the spikes on Godzilla here, I love how his spines have morphed into just spikes, and all the dead people just skewered on his tail. And when I say people, I mean gods. Like, man, that is so cool. You are seeing this, right? Like, that is mean looking. So cool. So very cool. Man. And Thor is having none of it. This fight goes all out. Like, it is the most cosmic of proportions of a fight. This is the universe breaking apart type of fight. This is so cool, but absolutely ridiculous. And I love how hyped the captions are right here. I love Thor looks just so cool. Like, look at that. Come on. That is so flippin' rad. The dialogue in this is ridiculous, but I love it. Just how intense this fight is played out to be. And so, every tempest from every world across creation, every solar squall and cosmic cyclone, every storm that blustered and bellowed from anywhere throughout infinity, all came thundering to Thor. This is one of those comics where I know I'm just going to keep this out and about in my reading room and just reach for it every like 3-8 months and just reread it again. It's going to be one of those books that I read all the time because you can easily pick it up. It's a one and done thing. It's so fun, and it's got great action, and you're just having a blast reading it. And here's an ad for Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16, and it says it's the saga of startling pairings concludes for J. Michael Straczynski. And I remember I read that Galactus Ghost Rider one shot that was like absolutely weird and wild, written by him, and that was also a pairing. So I didn't realize that was a thing. There's just a bunch of one shots written by Straczynski, and they're all with weird pairings. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know about that. Maybe I'll pick this up, but it says July 2025, and we're into August right now, so this is old. I'll have to look through the long boxes though at the comic shop next time I'm browsing. But we flip to this page right here, and how cool is this? They're both at their most hyper-powered. This is the most vicious, mean Godzilla there is. He is a literal avatar of death and anguish and anger, and just got the evil forces within him. And then he's been imbued with both the necro sword, and he's got the channeling spirit of the beast within him. Like, he is unstoppable, but so is Thor. And Thor is just as righteous for good as Godzilla is for death and vengeance right here. And this clash is so cool. I love this, him just storming through Godzilla's atomic necro death ray. See you in hell! And then we get this great conclusion where, you know, they're both dead, but they've died. And where did they go? Well, they went to Valhalla, and that is where Thor and Godzilla will battle at dawn every day for all eternity. How cool is that? That's a fun way to do a one-shot. I tell you what. Like, balls to the wall crazy, but so much fun. And I didn't feel like it was disrespectful to any of the characters or continuity like I did that Hulk one was. Just what they did to Rick Jones in that Hulk one just left such a bad taste in my mouth, even disregarding it not being in a proper continuity. But man, this issue is so much fun, and then it ends in a great way too, with those last two pages we saw and this final page here, where we see both the broken and shattered hammer of Thor, Mjolnir, floating in cosmic space, but we also see the still beating heart of Godzilla. And it reminds us that whenever there's a Ragnarok, that's just a new beginning and one story ending, and gods and monsters are eternal. So, you know, they don't die, and they'll be back. So much fun. And then here we got a page showing all the variant covers, and I tell you, man, I would love a few of these, but I'm very happy with the cover that I got. I think the cover that I have is real cool, but like, how could you not want that Walt Simonson cover right there? That's fantastic. And I dig this sort of retro looking one here. And this one, this one right here is just so good. That Bagley one, that's cool. And it says it's a foil one too. That would look real rad. If I actually saw that at the comic shop, I'd have a hard time being swayed away from buying it, depending on the price. But I already have this issue, and I'm very happy with it. We get an ad for a Black Cat series here. That could be cool. I know there's been a few in the past before, but man, it's a shame only the cover's by Adam Hughes, because you know, his artwork just like, whoa. But I don't know Gleb Melenkov, but you know, that's cool. Or G. Willow Wilson. I've heard that name before. I think that's a DC writer. I'm not familiar with her though. But yeah, we got Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe is the next thing, which I'm really hyped about, except I'm seeing here that it's written by Jerry Duggan there, and he's the guy who I really didn't like the Hulk issue that I actually brought out, because I got it mixed up with this writer, as I was saying before. So that's disappointing, but I do know I have read things by him I did like. It's one of those where it's a mixed bag. You know, sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. So I'm just going to knock on wood that I enjoy this issue when it does come out, and that other one was just kind of like, meh, you know. But now that I think about it, I remember his Deadpool, and I liked that a heck of a lot more than the Deadpool that was out before. Yeah, he's the guy who did the Deadpool series after Daniel Way, and I liked his Deadpool so much more than Daniel Way's. But still not my favorite Deadpool. Give me Joe Kelly any day on Deadpool, I tell you what. But anyhow, thank you for joining me. I had a blast with this comic. This was a real good one, and I'm looking forward to checking out that other Destroys the Marvel Universe series. That'll be fun, and you know, I'm always having a good time with Godzilla. So we'll see you then.